With our motto that learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure, here we are with the remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students! Today we are going to start with Class 6 Science, Chapter number 11, Work and Energy. Topics that I am going to cover during this session are Introduction to Work and Energy and different forms of energy. What actions are seen in the pictures? Is a force being applied while doing each action? In the various actions, has the object changed its original position? Yes, we see that the position of some of the objects has changed, like while drawing the water from the well, when the child is pushing the chair, the position of the chair and the boy will also change, and when the person is cutting the log of the wood. In all these three cases, the position of the object has changed. That means these objects are displaced. When an object is displaced by the application of the force, work is said to be done. So, here is the definition of work. When an object is displaced by applying a force on it, work is said to be done. And the formula for the work done is equal to force into displacement. In the third picture, you can see over here, though the child is applying the force on the wall, but the displacement is zero. That means the wall is not changing its position. So, if we want to find out the work done in this case, then force into displacement. Force value will be there, but the displacement will be zero. So, the product of force and displacement will be zero. So, work done will be zero in this case. Whereas, in the remaining three cases, there will be a definite value for the work done. Unit of work is joule or Newton meter. What is energy? Here in the picture, you can see the boy is applying a force to the toy car. Work has been done because the force is applied to the car and it has caused displacement. In other words, I can say that transformation of boy's energy into the work has taken place through the applied force. So, that which helps in doing the work is energy. Let us consider one more example. Few athletes are running in a race. Do you think all the athletes will have the same capacity for running? Some will run fast, some will run slow. Some will get tired on completing 2 rounds, while others will get tired on completing 3 or 4 rounds. That is, each one's capacity to complete the work is not the same. Everyone has different capacity to do the work. So, energy can be defined as the capacity to do work. The unit of work and energy are the same, that is, joule, in the SI unit system. Now, let us learn different forms of energy. Mechanical energy. The energy that can be used to do work is mechanical energy. It is the sum of objects' kinetic energy and potential energy. Examples are elevator, car, or the hammer in the motion, which is shown over here. Let us understand the potential energy and the kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy that is stored in the person or an object. It is because of the position of the object. For example, you can see an inflated balloon over here. It is having a potential energy. Potential energy can be turned into kinetic energy. So, when the air is removed, then the balloon will move in the forward direction. So, it will gain the kinetic energy. So, the energy of an object in motion is called the kinetic energy. Let us see a few more examples of potential energy and kinetic energy. Stretching a rubber band. So here The energy is stored in the rubber band because of its position. That is potential energy. When you are shooting a rubber band, then it is in motion. So at that time, the energy possessed by the rubber band is the kinetic energy. Water that is stored at the top of the waterfall, it is having potential energy, which is converted into kinetic energy when the water is falling down. It can be used to even run a turbine. Yo-yo held in your hand, it is having potential energy because of its position, whereas a yo-yo in motion will have kinetic energy. Drawing a bow, it has potential energy, but releasing the arrow from the bow, it has kinetic energy. Heat energy. Heat is a form of energy. Sunlight contains heat energy. The earth receives heat in the proper quantities from the sun. Heat is also produced by burning of fuel. Heat energy is used in the kitchen all the time. Heat is measured in the unit calorie. Light energy. Light energy is the form of electromagnetic radiation. Light energy is used to help us see, either naturally using the sunlight or the fire, or with the man-made objects like candle or the light bulbs. Light energy is also used by the plants, which capture the light energy from the sun and use it to produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Sound energy. It is a form of energy that can be heard by the living things. Sound energy is produced when an object vibrates. You will learn more about sound in your chapter number 13. You can see over here different sources that are producing sound. You might have seen the glass panes of windows cracking due to the loud noise. Similarly, sound is used to control the movement of some toy cars also. So this means that some work is done by the sound. So it tells us that sound is a form of energy. Chemical energy. Energy that is available for release from the chemical reactions is called chemical energy. When we ignite a matchstick, the chemical bonds inside the matchstick stores a lot of energy. That energy is transformed into various forms like thermal energy, light energy, heat energy, because of the chemical action that is taking place. So this is an example of chemical energy. There are many sources of chemical energy. For example, batteries, fireworks, generators, chargers, burning wood, burning gasoline, etc. This is all for today's session. Thank you so much.